In Creo Parametric, you can use a motor with a cosine profile in order to create oscillating motion. Let's see how to do that. Here in my assembly, I have a linear actuator, and this model again is courtesy of Thomson Linear. Thanks a lot for providing CAD models on your website. And it is assembled in here with a pin connection at one end, and then it has a weld connection to this panel over here. The actual actuator part has a slider connection, and the panel that's assembled to it also has a slider connection. Let's test the motion. I'll use the drag tool, and you can see that we can move back and forth over here. Also in the drag dialog box, you can see that I have a few different snapshots that are already set up in here. And so, for example, I also have a regeneration setting so that when this is regenerated, it is about halfway extended. So let's see how we can get oscillating motion in our mechanism. So let's jump over to mechanisms mode. I will go to applications and then choose mechanism. And now I am going to create a motor in here. Let's select this as the axis that we want to move. And then from the mini toolbar, you could choose this command over here to create a servo motor. The command is also available from the ribbon. And so here we have in here your profile details tab. And the easiest way to have this oscillate back and forth is to drive the position of the axis. And right now it's using a constant function. It's just got one coefficient. If you go to the drop down list here, you can see the other 7 different motion profiles that you have. The third one in here is cosine. When I click on that, you can see that the cosine function has 4 different coefficients, A, B, C, and T. If you're unsure as to what those different things are, just leave your mouse over the name of the function and it'll show you the equation of motion. So the motion is going to be equal to A, which is the amplitude, times the cosine of 360 times little t divided by big T. And so T is actually the time during the motion. That's the little t is the time during the motion. The big T is the period. In other words, over what time period do you want to have one complete revolution of the cosine motion? And then you have B, which is the phase, and then C, which is the offset. So I want the position to start out in the middle, which I happen to know is a length of 16. So I need to change, let's see, the C coefficient to 16. And let's see, I want it to go back and forth plus or minus 12 degrees. So the amplitude is going, 12 inches. So let's change the amplitude to 12. And right now I'll leave it for 1 second for a revolution. Down here on the bottom, if you want to see what the motion looks like, you could use the graph function. So here I can see, all right, here it starts out. And because I'm using the cosine function, it's going to start out at this position over here and then go down and back and forth and so forth and so on. Here in the chart tool, by the way, this is now using the chart component function from MathCAD. If you click on this button over here, you can get to all the different formatting options for the motion profiles. This will create a really, really nice image that you could actually use in reports later on. And so, for example, right now, it is just showing 1 second over here. If I go to the tab for the x-axis and then click on the setup over here, I could specify a user-defined range, and maybe I want to have it for displayed out to 5 seconds, and I can say let's get 20 steps over that range over there and hit the check mark, and then the chart updates to show how it looks over that range. So you have complete formatting of this. You should play around with it. Pretty neat tool. So anyhow, that is good over here. If I wanted to, I could actually even shift this like 90 degrees or whatever, but this is good for the motion that I want to drive. So let's hit the check mark over here. Now I can create an analysis by left clicking on analyses in the mechanism tree and then using the new icon. You can also do it from the mechanism analysis icon in the ribbon. And here in the dialog box, I won't change the name of the analysis, although it's always a really good idea to do that. I like to change from the default position analysis to a kinematic analysis to use the true kinematic solver. We'll have this run for 10 seconds. Now let's increase the frame rate just so we get more calculations along there. And for the initial configuration, let me choose to use one of my snapshots. I have one called Start that, again, has a start about in the middle. Let's now go to the Motors tab, and the motor will run from start to end. And now we can hit the Run button, and there you see that we have the oscillating motion. Let's click OK out of here. If you want to see that again, you can go to the playbacks, expand it in the mechanism tree, and then left click on the name of the analysis, hit the play button, and then we have the animate dialog box. You can hit the play button. Here you can see it's a little slow, and you can crank up the speed if you want. But again, we're getting that oscillating motion by using the cosine function. Let's close out of here. Let's make one tweak to the motor. I will select it from the mechanism tree and then edit definition. Let's go to the profile over here, and maybe I want it to do 1 revolution every 4 seconds. That's good. Hit the check mark, and then we can expand the analysis, left click on it, and then use the green flag to rerun the analysis. And it's just going to end up being slower because it is only doing 1 of those cosine revolutions every 5 seconds. So that, again, is how you set up a cosine function for a motor in your mechanisms. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindshield.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.